So, the 2028 Republican presidential nominee, Katie Britt, gave an interview on CNN about the California wildfires. And you'll never guess what her amazing response was to the damage that's been inflicted upon my state. So, I'll play part of it and then give my commentary.
From Alabama, Katie Britt. Senator, thanks so much for joining. Let's start with the wildfires, if we can, because obviously I know you and all of us who are not affected are looking out to California with such empathy and concern. These wildfires could be the costliest in American history. Thousands of buildings destroyed, more than 100,000 people under evacuation orders. President Biden says the federal government will cover 100% of the initial disaster response costs. Do you think President-elect should honor that pledge? And is Congress prepared to act if more aid is needed to help those impacted by the fires?
Yeah, look, well, first, Jake, my heart and my prayers go out to every single family affected, those who have lost life, who have lost property. Having been through a natural disaster myself, you really don't even know where to start. We lost our house, our things, and it's such a disorienting moment for you. And so I think what the people of California need is us standing united, letting them know we are praying for them, we are lifting them up, and we stand ready to support. When it comes to the Republican conference, we actually had this conversation this week. Certainly understand the needs of the people of California, and we'll continue to learn more. I was texting with a friend who has been affected by this. I was texting last night with former Senator LaFonza Butler, getting an idea of what's going on the ground, and we will be ready to act. And so I know that President Trump certainly stands for the people across this nation, and will make sure that the people of California have what they need.
I normally never would praise CNN. I think they are a very establishment-oriented network. Tapper is not anyone I'm fond of. But you have to ask yourself because she, in her statement, she talks about, we're learning more, and, we have to make sure that we will be ready to all this superfluous stuff. But you have to ask yourself, if you're a senator and you want the people of a state that does not support your political party to get aid for tens of thousands of acres being burned, a dozen plus people being killed by these fires, ravaging a whole part of the state, wouldn't you agree to what Biden's original proposal was, which was to have the entirety of the initial cost covered by the federal government? But she doesn't say that. She jumps around and this is why, I get that these networks like having access to politicians, right? They like to bring them on their show and talk to them for a little bit. But it doesn't do anything, because when these people are directly asked questions, would you support this? Would you be in favor of that? They find a way to talk around it. Hey, here's a specific proposal that Biden has. Do you think that Trump, who's going to be in office in less than 2 weeks, hell, barely over a week now, should continue with this proposal? Oh, well, we're going to learn more, and, we have to make sure that we're ready to act, and, he stands for the people across this. It's that's not what they ask you. They're asking you if here's something he has, as far as I can tell, because I went and read Trump's Truth Social post, and, he was talking about how incompetent the California Democrats are, and so many homes destroyed, but there's not really an actual proposal of what he's going to do, right, when he takes office. So it just seems like she's, carrying water for her team. I think what's probably going to end up happening, remember, this is the same lady, by the way, who was one of, I think, 20 senators that vote against giving people who work Social Security benefits. So she's no fan of just helping out regular people. But what's probably going to end up happening is, if Biden in his last couple of days, or, it could be some Democratic senator, proposes some relief program for my state, Britt will be among several senators, all of whom will likely be Republicans, that will vote against giving that. They'll say it costs too much, it's too expensive, oh my God, this is going to increase the deficit, and then when there's a military budget, they all, they're all fine with that. But it's really scary that this is the caliber of politician where they can just go on these networks, be asked very direct questions about policy, and entirely dance around actually addressing the issue. At the very least, if she had said, hey, this is my proposal, we need to cover 80% of the, initial cost, or, just something that's specific, that would be one thing. But it is always word salad. It's nebulous. And they do that because when they don't make a commitment, they know they can go back 2, 3, 4 weeks later, whenever we actually do get a bill right on the Senate floor that tries to address this, and vote against it and be like, well, see, I stand for the people of California, but, I just felt like this proposal was did not get to the root of the problem. They'll say they're throwing money at the problem instead of like finding a solution. Even though the only way to fix most of the stuff that's been damaged is with money, right? You have to pay people to come out here and repair it. So it's, and of course to afford the various things, the construction workers and materials. It's sad that even when we have these types of incidents, which are not the fault of the people that live over here, you still are likely to get betrayed by your lovely national politicians. We're getting ready for the second week of 2025, and I'm actually very worried if some of my Californians will survive, because they're sure as hell not getting any help from the people they vote for, and in this case, don't vote for.